everyday breeding time! You know what that means? We bred divine Aphrodite. Look at that, less than 1%, baby! Yo, my hombres, welcome back. We have news of a new spooky Halloween update coming next week. So they made this post here that shows a Halloween event, bug fixes, and ruins revamped, and we will be going through all of the update notes that we have so far in a second. But they said it's that time of year again for our spooky Halloween update, and we'll be adding a few other new improvements to the game. So we don't have a massive amount of details, but we are getting a complete rework to the ruins. So hello, we'll be releasing a new update next week in time for Halloween, adding in new dragons to collect, improvements to the game, and a complete overhaul of the current ruin exploration system. So here's what it's going to include. Ruins Rework as the first step on the road to reducing the time spent with Dragon Mania Legends' daily activities. We are introducing an all-new ruins system. This will reduce the time spent opening these daily chests, improve the general user experience, and even add in some extra rewards. We'll be revealing the full details of these changes next week, but you can look forward to easier, quicker, and more rewarding ruin exploration. I mean, ruins can be a bit finicky. Just the amount of time it takes to, unlock the max level for Chronos takes ages, but I guess it is one of those things where really we shouldn't need to click on the ruins so many times in a day. But I think that's the case for like most things in DML. But either way, I'm intrigued to see where this goes. Then we've got Halloween event. It's that time of year when things start to cool down, the leaves start to turn orange, and DML players search Dragonlandia for a new spooky treat to add to their dragon collection. This update adds in the new dragon and data for our annual Halloween themed event, which we'll be sharing more about in the coming weeks. So that's a few weeks off, but this actual update comes out next week. New badges. So last month we added in the new multi-stage collections, allowing players to earn additional rewards for interacting with dragons after they've been unlocked. Now we're adding 4 new badges into the game tied to the highest stage completion of certain collections. These are the Legendary Dragon Master, so complete stage 6 of the collection Legendary Dragons, Bewitching Dragon, complete stage 6 of the Bewitching Dragons collection, Dungeon Dragon Master, so that's all the Dungeon Dragons, and then Elite Dragon Master, complete stage 6 of the collection Elites of Arena. And stage 6 isn't exactly cheap to get to either, because I mean if we go to our collections, most of mine are sitting, well, this one's at stage 6, I suppose, but, I mean, you have to level up all of your dragons just to get to that, like, get to 6 out of 7 out of one of these, and then you have to get these upgraded to a specific stage. So, for example, getting to stage 3 out of 5, that's it, level 50 is what we'd have to get these to, and we'd get a sigil chest for it. So, these badges, man, they're gonna be a pain, that's for sure. And then we've got Sigils plus Castle events. So with this update, we'll also be making a behind-the-scenes change to Castle events that will mean Sigils will now appear in Castle events on opponent dragons. And then they go on to talk about how the Sigil will be randomized when the battle begins, but the Sigils will be from selected sigil schools based upon the elements of the opposing dragons to ensure consistent sigils are chosen. The chosen sigils of the opponent are matched to the player's own sigils. If you have a team with only rares, so too will the opposition. This way sigils will not give the opposing team an advantage, and the difficulty of the fight and the enemy dragon's levels are balanced according to your own team. This is what was said originally when sigils were introduced into a few parts of the game, so call me a skeptic on this one. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. I sort of preferred it without them having sigils, but we'll have to see. Also, a pretty major thing that's happening come next update is the end of support for Windows 8.1 and iPhone 4S. So if you do not have a higher version than Windows 8.1 or iPhone 4S, then you'll no longer be able to play DML. So as of this update, they will no longer support Windows 8.1 or Apple iPhone 4S. In upgrading our own operations and reevaluating the technical requirements of the game, we unfortunately had to end support of these platforms. Affected players will already have been informed or notified in the game. Ahead of the update releasing, if you would like to transfer your profile to a different platform to continue playing, you can do so by taking note of your player ID, server and platform, and contacting customer care to request that your profile is transferred. The details can be found in the white text at the top right corner of the loading screen. So whenever you first open up DML, you'll see that before you get to this screen in the top right, it does just give you all of this info. You should really take note of that anyway, because if anything ever happens to your account, or again, I don't know, something weird happens, then customer care can help you out if they have all of that stuff. So just in general, take note of it anyway. So, switch to Microsoft account. As part of the technical changes mentioned, we will be changing accounting syncing for Windows players from Xbox Live to Microsoft accounts. We recommend making this switch sooner rather than late to avoid missing out on backing up your profile. So that's all of the normal changes. Then we have bug fixes, and there's actually a couple in here that it's like, is this really a bug fix or is this actually a balance change? But on top of the new features, we have also included a handful of bug fixes and general improvements. So dragon parts collected from divine or ancient chests will no longer appear with negatives. Dragons available for a limited time as part of an event will now have a timer appear within the Dragon Codex menu. Makes sense. The egg inventory menu will now display an active element filter when selected. Cool. The hide menu button on the clan quest screen will now work as intended and will not disappear when tapped. I never had that issue anyway, but cool. Sigil of Wonder will now correctly boost the HP bonus earned from Divine Blessing. It will now also correctly boost the lifesteal effect from the Void skill. So whatever we were having before apparently was not correct. But was that down to it being an actual bug, or was this just a really bad set of balancing? I'm really interested to see how this is going to work out, because Wonder is part of a lot of dungeon teams, if not all of the best dungeon teams these days, and Wonder in general is a really good sigil. So, affecting Void as well. Void's already taken enough hits over the years, man. Hopefully this doesn't affect any Void dragons too much. And then next one, Sigil of Mirror will no longer trigger Dazzling Aura on the user. That's quite a good change. Selling decorations from your inventory will no longer count towards the Golden Gatherer event. Well, makes sense, but yeah, I guess that's not too bad of a change, although it does make events more difficult now. And then dragon collections can now be properly compared when visiting another player. That's pretty cool as well, because I've had it before where I've visited another person and it just doesn't seem accurate whatsoever. So cool, but those are all of the update notes. They also confirmed in this thread that a gift all button, so you know when you go to your friends, then you go messages and gifts, we can claim all. But they have confirmed once again, because this happens like all the time when people bring this up, that they do not have any plans to introduce a gift all button. And I can understand the reasoning why they don't want to, because one, it forces you in the game a little bit longer, which they kind of like, and each time you gift a person you do get friendship points. But not just that, we do also actually have some quests tied to gifting friends. Like every day you'll see that there's a gift 3 friends quest in the daily tasks, and obviously if they made it where you can only gift friends once a day, then you might end up missing that quest. So I can understand that as a potential reason why they wouldn't want that. I don't think it's a great one, but it is one of the reasons for it. So for now, you're just going to have to tediously spam all of your friends in your friends list. And actually, while I'm here, I remembered that I actually got a new clan dragon. Where is he? I know he's in here somewhere. There he is. We finally got Steel Bull. Because believe it or not, I am missing a lot of clan dragons. Because the clans are one of the things in DML that I've never ever actually liked. Ever. It's just so incredibly boring. I forgot that he has a little shield with his egg. That's so cute. But this clan event, I have actually been playing it, and you'll see that right now we only have 3 quests left, And I'll be honest, I haven't been completely optimal in my choice of quests because I just sort of want to get all of them done, rather than worrying 100% about how many points I get. So, 100,000 points for collecting 500 trinkets. Hell yes! This is like one of the best quests that I could ever ask for. And then we've got a 35,000 point quest there. Hell yes, dude, I can do those in like the next hour. You see, sometimes you'll get some really nice quests, other times you just won't. Like, I thought I accepted that one. Oh, hey, cool. For a second I thought I hadn't. I was like, am I going insane? No, but the 500 trinkets quest is really, really easy for me. Because, you know, I've got 6 fully leveled dragons to take on the arena, and plus, since I'm at 1400 plus points, we're gonna get loads and loads of points. But, you know, I know that some of the quests in, for instance, Sugar Rush can be really annoying, but the idea is you just keep refreshing the really low value quests until you get some of the good ones. And the good ones to me are normally the arena streaks, the, Enchantment League ones, and the Squarey Berries quest is also really, really easy because it asks you to do it 10 times, collect 10 lots. I think it is, maybe a few more with the, if it's a legendary quest, but they're really easy to finish off, just in one fell swoop. There are some other quests that will require you to log into the game like 4 times to do them, like specific arena quests where it's not consecutive streaks, where it just says like win 17 arena battles, and it's like, yeah, that's going to take a couple of resets minimum on Windows, and then on like an Android account that's a lower level, that's going to take even longer. So it really is about being patient with the event overall and just refreshing until you get some really good quests. I mean, you can take on some of the cheaper quests, which I've done a couple of those just because I was worried that I wasn't going to use up all of my quest slots. But really, you should only be doing the quests that are 30,000 plus, like as a minimum. If you're doing the ones that are like 8,000, you're not really playing the event right, to be honest with you. Even if you're a lower level player, you can do some of the other quests, but I guess if you'd just unlocked clans and say you hadn't really upgraded your portal or anything yet, maybe I can understand it, going for some of the easier quests, but I guess any quest is better than just not doing any. But, you know, if you're just sitting there doing 8,000 point quests, then 8,000 points times 20 lots of quests is not going to get you a lot of points. Whereas this singular legendary recipe that we're going to do is 100,000 points, which is pretty insane. Imagine if a person could just do legendary recipe after legendary recipe. That would be so good. But since all the quests are shared with your clan mates, and your clan mates can't do a legendary recipe at the same time as you, it means that a lot of people end up fighting each other. Because you'd also get MVP and things like that, and then if you find out that one person's been sort of hogging all the legendary quests, then you can start some infighting. I actually quite like that. She'll go into like one of the super sweat clans, and then there'll just be people fighting over legendary quests. I do find it quite comical, not gonna lie. We don't really have that happen in, say, my Windows clan, because it's always just been, you know, if you want to jump in, you can. As long as you're sort of logging into the game, I don't really mind too much. Obviously, if we were getting insane amounts of points every week, we'd have loads and loads of clan dragons, but if I'm not super into the clan stuff, I don't really expect anyone else to be. So, that's sort of my stance on it anyway. But you see, we just did that. That's how long it took to do a 100,000 point quest. It really didn't take very long. And then we also got this clanmate that's doing 9 consecutive victories in the arena. See, that's easy peasy lemon squeezy. I love quests like that. So now we've got 8 consecutive victories. I'm going to start this one because, again, it was fantastic. See, the 7,500 point quest for 10 Dragon Fury? That's awful! You might as well do the 21,000 for 15 Dragon Fury. Yes, it's very boring. Yes, it's very annoying. I'm also gonna skip a couple of these duplicate quests and the ones that we could just get higher tier quests out of because we don't really need those. Spring cherries 80 times is also another really annoying quest, but you know, that's most things in DML. And I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but Heroes Challenge is actually fixed now, so anyone that was looking to get Circus, you can actually take part. We do have our Aphrodite to hatch as well. I already had an Aphrodite. Why am I even getting another one? I don't actually know. Actually, we should train Andy before we do any of this. So there we go, auto training, wonderful. We get our boosty woosty, and let's go and take on some arena fights. So I actually nearly lost an arena fight for the first time in a long time earlier. Because there was just a dragon that had an epic evasion sigil. And I think it legitimately must have avoided attacks about 30 times. I'm not even exaggerating, it must have been 30 times. And I was just sitting there, and I ended up having to defeat it with Nezha. As my other two dragons had died. And all I could think is why? Why is my life like this? Why am I just relying on doing decent damage to this dragon who's just got like a 50 plus 75% chance of just evading the attack every time I attack? So, you know, so far most people have 2 rare sigils on their dragons at this point that have been opening up chests and doing the sigil map. But the problem is, as we get into higher tier sigil territory, so I'm talking epic sigils, I feel like a lot of people are going to notice that there will be some other sigils that get astronomically more annoying, but also better. Because it's like if you have an ability, like evasion, that procs 50% of the time, it's sort of in RNG's hands as to, god, double epic sigil? Really? Anyway, but when you've got evasion that procs 50% of the time, you know, you'd be like, well, it's up to RNG and I might end up losing a lot of fights because it doesn't proc. But when that percentage chance gets boosted up to, you know, like 90% chance, then it's a hell of a lot more likely than not that you're going to end up basically completely negating an opponent's attack. So while I still don't think evasion, for example, is even close to a high tier sigil, it's definitely one that gets you a lot of gimmick victories. And at the same time, say we get to the point where everyone has legendary sigils on their team, another double epic. Ugh, sickening. But when we get to that point, there's going to be some sigils that are just so obscenely overpowered that I think we're going to see a big shift in sort of the way that people use sigils as a whole. Because right now, double rare sigil, like Purity Daredevil that I'm using, that can one-shot a dragon with 2 epic sigils. But then I think if we get some other sigils where people are using legendary, and you know, a legendary Wonder Acceptance, for example, is disgusting. But I feel like there's a couple of other sigils out there as well that might even be really, really tempting. Because even sigils like Subdue, the higher their tier, the more likely it is that they're going to proc, I believe. So imagine if you would just guarantee that every single time an opponent touches you, they just get all of their abilities diminished. So if you could pick out, I'm just throwing out a possibility, I'm not saying it's going to be a great one, but like evasion, subdue, imagine how annoying that could be for an enemy with like 2 legendary versions of those on there. So you just keep getting hit and you just keep subduing your opponents. It sounds like the most annoying thing that a person could ever possibly do. And I know that someone's going to do it one day, and I'm never ever going to get over it when it ends up screwing me over. I just know it. I know it's going to happen, and I'm going to get so angry about it. But that's me just looking into the future, predicting something to happen. It may happen, it may not. We'll have to wait and see. And wow, I didn't think we'd actually do that quest on our first attempt. Lucky us for getting a high value chest. That's sort of what the ruin quests end up being like a lot of the time, just sort of random as to whether you get a lot of gold or not. But anyway, that is that quest done. So that is all 20 of my clan quests now completed. So we ran out of quests, but you can buy one extra. So every time you want to buy a bonus quest, it does actually cost you gems, which does mean that for the most part, Sugar Rush is not just RNG in the quests that you get, which you can sort of diminish a little bit with re-rolling, but it does mean that it is basically pay to win. Because if you get big clans where everyone's participating and they just keep buying extra quests, or a couple of them, then that's actually going to make quite a big difference with 50 members. Right now we are in number 1, but we are in quite a low tier bracket, so that's unsurprising. But we are at 1.73 million, which is not a lot, but it seems like I've doused on the rest of the clan. See, this is what I mean. It's like the clan has never been super serious on Windows. Plus I did kick out a lot of clan members recently because we went down to like 30 members. It's just if I see people that haven't logged in for like 14 days, like you're level 28 and you haven't logged in for 14 days, you're probably going to get removed because, you know, in that amount of time I was like level 60 something on Android, so it just looks like you're not ever going to log in again. So every so often I do end up going through and just sort of removing people where it looks to me like they're definitely not here. 34 days ago, level 59, yeah, you're not coming back to the game, you know? Every so often I do open up clan spots. It's just, a lot of people do end up just joining and then just sitting here and going, haha, that was cool, and then leaving. It hasn't been like that on Android really that much, but I'm probably going to be doing another clan cleanse. Clan cleanse sounds weird, but yeah, I'll be doing that soon. At least I don't have to worry about clan quests for the rest of this clan event, so I'm happy that I'm done skis for now. Final thing that I wanted to mention is that you may notice that your player profile may have been either deleted for some people or just weird. And I don't know if they changed something about it by accident or if it was on purpose, but my profile picture was just not appearing, so I've changed it to Apollo now. So this is my actual account profile. It's changed from my Facebook picture to Apollo, of course, because he is our lord, only after our god ceremony. But that is the new and improved profile. And for the dragon that you want to select, you can only choose from your top 10 strongest. So we've got an Agave dragon that we could pick, which would just make us look like an idiot. So yes, I'm definitely going to pick Apollo, or maybe Andy, but anyway, that might have happened to you, so if you're going to ask any questions, I did see a couple of posts about on the forums. It has also happened to me, so don't get your panties in a twist. But anyway, I'm happy that we got Aphrodite, I'm happy that we got a new clan dragon, and I am looking forward to seeing how the clan does on Android. And I'm going to be doing more of the Heroes Challenge. Not that I really have to, because I already have Circus, but maybe I'll just do it for the sake of it. Why not? Let's get a duplicate Circus. Sounds cool. Very cool. Anyway, for now, that is everything for today. So let me know what you think about all the update stuff as well. Join the Discord server if you want to. It's up to you. It's just, you can chat in there about DML stuff. Flex, do whatever you want. Anyway, for now, thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, I do hope to see you then.